Am I breathing into my mic?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
All right, so you want to do the intro first or the... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Omar, tell us about yourself.
Oh, man.
What are you gonna do? What's up? My name is.
Hi, my name's Omar.
What's
Hi,
your
my
Twitter
name
handle?
is what?
Hi, my name's Bruce. Hello, Bruce. I hope y'all know that movie.
Is that Nemo?
Fish are friends.
Yeah. All right. So this is gonna be kind of like an intro about us and why we're doing this podcast, video cast, whatever you want to call it. So my name's Omar Rodriguez. I graduated from Texas A&M with a bachelor's degree in computer engineering. Did a bunch of computer science stuff and electrical engineering stuff. Courses mainly consisted of like C++. I took a Java class and a Python class. And then in my last year of college, I interned at the current job I'm at now, NCR. And then when I graduated, went full time. So about, I think 3 years full time now. And then maybe 2.5 years of interning with NCR. And then, yeah, I've done a little bit of a few side projects that I've done kind of freelance work for. Most of my experience is in the .NET world. Professionally, I've used C#, PowerShell, Ruby, Chef's DSL implementation of Ruby at least, some JavaScript, and developed for Android, desktop, and web. Is that enough?
Should just listen to things you haven't done. It would have been a lot shorter.
All right, who's next?
I'll go. So my name is Jack Edwards. I also work for NCR. I've been working there the least amount of time, I think almost 2.5 years. And I do software QA. So I test all the code that Omar and Justin are pushing out. I started, well, I have a bachelor's degree from Texas A&M in kinesiology. That didn't really work out. So I applied, and the first place that I applied around town, and the first place that hired me was Reynolds and Reynolds, and they had me do software QA as well, although not this in depth. Which I appreciate going this in depth. I've learned a lot since working at this company. So in total, I guess I've done software QA for about 5 years, and progressively I've gotten more and more into programming. I prefer Python. It's kind of the first programming language I learned. For work at Reynolds, I had to do some stuff in a VB script that was test automation. And since then, I've learned JavaScript. I've gotten into PowerShell. I've written 1 or 2 .NET apps. One was in using some version of .NET Framework, and another one was in .NET Core. I've got a GitHub. I back up some media files on my Linux server every month. That's about the one repo I have out there. I've got a few other private ones. That's about it. No freelance.
Okay. So my name is Justin Orr. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science from Texas A&M that I got in 2011, and a master's degree in computer science that I got from the University of Illinois in 2017. I've worked at what was Texas Digital and is now NCR since 2011 when I graduated with my bachelor's degree. Yeah, and I've been there my entire career. Software developer. I've worked on everything under the sun, mostly .NET stuff, but I do the install shield. I worked on a Silverlight project. I've worked on Windows Forms, Android. God, everything.
Web development.
Everything.
I think we basically hit every platform except for Linux, unless you count Android.
Well, yeah. My machine learning and big data analysis was Linux systems.
Cool. Does anyone want to say kind of why we're doing this or what?
Because Omar made us.
Yeah, I was invited, so I said sure.
Yeah,
I was forced
my
again.
reason was just it just sounded like fun, good time, a good time to just talk with other developers and get their thoughts on things. And then what I've realized in the past couple episodes that we've done is it kind of makes you or forces you to do research ahead of time and actually learn about a project, or not a project, but a topic a little bit more in depth than you would otherwise. Kind of some of that peer pressure that makes you research a little bit better so you don't look like a fool.
I agree with that. I think the thing I've enjoyed the most is topics that I believe I know something about, doing a bunch of research about them, realizing I know nothing, and then walking away with a significant amount of notes that taught me something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like being challenged. So I don't have any formal training in programming, and you guys and all these websites that we're looking at force me to look at things in different ways, better ways.
That's another great thing, is that all three of us are different stages of not only the software development process, but also how new we are to doing software. And so it's a great deal of perspective.